Hey everybody, I'm Bradley Hasemeyer in a fancy jacket next to some fancy cars in a fancy studio, which can only mean one thing. Time for another head-to-head comparison. Today we're talking about the BMW X5 and the Acura MDX. Now I like to travel, and when I do, I like to do it with a little style and class, which means I need an SUV that's pretty much up for any adventure I throw at it and looks good doing it. And if that describes you too, well, then you've come to the right place. So today we're going to find out which one of these SUVs strikes that perfect balance between rugged and refined. Now when you're thinking about buying a car, what's one of the first things you consider? The looks, right? And I gotta say on this X5 it looks pretty good. For 2019 they've restyled it, making it a little bit bigger, including those kidney grills. Those are definitely bigger. It has the same 19-inch wheels, but they did make the LED headlight standard, which is a plus. On the inside you'll find a nice interior, a digital dash and a nice screen as well. But if you want to connect to all that digital goodness, you better have an iPhone. Android Auto integration isn't even available. No complaints about those comfy heated front seats, although it turns out leather is just an option. And if you want the third row seat, which is probably why you're watching this video anyway, you have to pay more. Speaking of paying more, yes, there are some nice standard driver and safety assistive features on the X5, but if you want some of those great innovations like adaptive cruise control and lane keeping assist, you have to pay extra for an upgraded package. All right, now come on, that's what I'm talking about. This is a good-looking SUV. It's classically beautiful, yet sporty and aggressive. I mean, I could see taking this thing off-road to a campground or a wine tasting. One of the first things you notice about this car, of course, that diamond pentagon grille. There's a sculpted hood up top that combines with the grille and leads right into the jewel eye LEDs. There's 5 of them, which gives you a brighter view of the road. Standard, by the way. Then there's the power moonroof, these available beautiful alloy wheels, and the dual chrome exhaust outlets. And guess what? It gets even better on the inside, where you're greeted with this gorgeous cockpit. I mean, look at this beautiful available wood trim, leather-wrapped steering wheel, 14-way power adjustable driver's seat, heated, by the way. Pardon me, when is tea? Oh, 2 hours from now. Very well. I shall just sit in this comfortable seat until then. You know, and everything is right where you want it in this MDX. You've got these dual screens here, which allow you to control the climate or your music or whatever you want. And Apple CarPlay and Android Auto integration are both standard. Thank you very much. Plus, there are ports and plugs all over the MDX, so everyone can stay connected to their oh-so-important gadgets, whether you're going around town or heading out of town. And if you're looking to up your style game even more, consider the Advanced package, where you get handcrafted natural wood accents, Milano leather seating with contrast stitching, and maybe my favorite thing of all, second row heated captain's chairs with their own console. Speaking of rear seating, check this out. One touch is all it takes to be able to access that third row. And unlike some other luxury brands, the MDX was designed as a 3-row SUV from the start. That means the roofline and the wheelbase were specifically engineered to allow for more space in the vehicle. And there's more than 90 cubic feet of storage space back here. Last but certainly not least, there are safety and assistive features to consider, but thankfully, Acura doesn't make you pick and choose from a long list. No, they just give them to you. It's called Acura Watch. It's a sophisticated suite of advanced technologies that use cameras and radar to sense what's going on around the vehicle. So it could, for instance, let you know you're getting too close to the car in front of you. Or it could assist with helping you brake to reduce the severity of or completely avoid an impact. And maybe coolest of all, it can keep you centered in your lane while you're driving. That's impressive. It's also standard on every MDX. All right, now it's time for the real fun. Let's test their performance. Let's hit the road. Oh yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the auditory enjoyment brought to you by the 3.5-liter V6 of this MDX. Now that, coupled with the fact that this vehicle weighs hundreds of pounds less than its counterpart, as well as the fact that it's got a 9-speed automatic transmission with paddle shifters, makes this thing fun to drive on pretty much any road. Now another reason for this road-hugging fun is the available super handling all-wheel drive, which can distribute power evenly to the front or the back, either together or independently. Pretty brilliant. The outcome, fantastic control and handling. All right, guys, here we are on the BMW X5. You can hear that engine, that's new. It's a turbocharged V6. Also new, like we talked about before, this thing is bigger, and bigger means heavier. In fact, nearly 500 pounds heavier than the MDX. And because of that, you're losing some of that agility and sportiness that you get with the Acura. And once the car's up to speed, it's relatively comfortable despite being on run-flat tires, which are traditionally pretty stiff. The shifts are quick and smooth, but there's only 8 speeds in here, whereas the MDX has 9. So yeah, overall, I mean, this thing's a BMW, so yes, it's a good ride. It's got plenty of power under the hood, but I will say having that extra weight on this thing, you really feel it. It's just not as sporty and fun as I would expect for something at this price point. All right, so who comes out on top? Well, clearly the X5 is a stylish SUV that's got some nice things going for it, but you got to pay extra for that third row seat, and it's missing some of those great driver and passenger features that you're getting on the MDX. Not to mention, it's missing the Acura's spirited driving performance. So the Acura MDX is sporty, it's distinctive, and it's absolutely beautiful on the inside. Plus, it's loaded with so many standard features that you're going to have to pay extra for with other brands. And on top of that, it's exciting to drive. So whether I'm heading out with my friends to go camping for the weekend or taking my family out for a nice dinner, this thing's up for pretty much any adventure I throw at it. And I'm doing it in style with plenty of room. What more could you want? I'm glad I asked. Meet the all-new MDX A-Spec. This style package is the ultimate expression of sport design, and it starts with a more aggressive front end with dark chrome trim and fog lights. And of course, you've got these 20-inch shark gray alloy wheels. Inside, there are sport seats trimmed in rich red or black leather and chrome dual exhaust outlets in the back. It's the way to go when you really want to stand out. All right, well, my job here is done, but yours isn't. Head to Acura.com and make your own comparison. I'm Bradley Hasemeyer. I'm going to head out this way to the great white unknown.